Right now at 6, a special prosecutor is recruited to consult on the case of a missing Winona woman. The investigation into the disappearance of Madeline Kingsbury continues. And a man charged in connection with a triple homicide in 2021 makes a court appearance today ahead of the trial of his co-defendant.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. The Winona County Attorney's Office is bringing in a special prosecutor to consult on the Madeline Kingsbury case. A representative from Minnesota's Bureau of Criminal Apprehension confirms Philip Prokopowicz is working in a consulting capacity. Prokopowicz has previously served as Chief Deputy Attorney for Dakota County, which is just southeast of the Twin Cities. Now, Kingsbury was last seen March 31st taking her 2 kids to daycare with their biological father. Investigators have not named a suspect in Kingsbury's disappearance. A child protection trial for Kingsbury's children is set for June 6th, since the missing Kingsbury has sole custody. The children are currently under the care of Kingsbury's parents. A man charged in connection to a 2021 triple homicide was back in court today. Kamtaneth Ratanasak was scheduled to enter a plea today, but it was delayed. District Attorney Tim Granke said in court that they were working toward a plea agreement, but hadn't reached one yet. The judge set a status conference to happen after the trial of Nia Tao. Ratanasak and Tao are accused of killing Peng Lor, Nemo Yang, and Trevor Maloney. The 3 men were found dead at the Ramskog Quarry on County Highway M back in July of 2021. Multiple fire departments responded to a house fire in the town of Campbell this afternoon. Our News 8 Now crews on scene say there were no visible flames, but crews from Campbell and La Crescent were at the home on Bainbridge Street. We will have more information as it becomes available from those fire departments. Crews are at the scene of a large fire in Columbia County right now, north of Madison, battling flames at the county's recycling and solid waste center. The facility is near Portage. The sheriff's office said it began getting calls about the fire around 2 this afternoon, and deputies found several storage buildings fully engulfed when they got on scene. Officials say they expect to be working into the night to put out that fire. This is the second fire at the facility in as many weeks. And still that capacity for dry conditions around the state, Bill.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen some rainfall, and it's going to be a few more days until we see some rain. So things are drying out. It's that time of year where temperatures are warmer, the sun is stronger, higher angle sunshine, so things dry out pretty quickly if we don't see some rain every so often. 70 the high today in Eau Claire. So yeah, it was cooler than yesterday, but overall these numbers pretty pleasant. Most spots topping out in the 70s, cooler over northern and eastern parts of the state. And you'll see on the current temperatures graphic in just a moment that it's quite a bit cooler there. We've got some high and mid-level clouds drifting across the region along with that haze from the wildfire smoke aloft, and some of those clouds thicker north of Eau Claire, trying to squeeze out some very light rain showers or sprinkles. Not all of this reaching the ground, maybe a few spits and sprinkles in Clark County. Some very light rain showers or sprinkles over eastern Rusk County and up towards Radisson and Hayward as well. Current temperature 67 in Eau Claire, only 57 in Marshfield, 70 in Sparta, 72 here in La Crosse, and 74 in Prairie du Chien. So those passing clouds tonight, again, a very small chance for some rain showers far north and east, a bit cooler. Lows in La Crosse around 49 degrees. I will discuss when our next chance of rain is with my 8-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Bill. Okay. Well, there is a bipartisan effort behind a Wisconsin bill that would put teachers who sexually harass students in prison and take away their licenses. The measure would apply to school employees, contractors, or volunteers. If found guilty of the felony, they could spend up to 3.5 years behind bars. Teachers would lose their licenses for at least 6 years if convicted of sexual misconduct. The state already has laws against sexual assault and possession of child sexual assault materials, but lawmakers say there's nothing specifically for school workers. An audit is putting the blame on Wisconsin's Department of Health for how it awarded grants and ventilators to healthcare providers during the height of the pandemic. The nonpartisan Legislative Audit Bureau reviewed documents for 31 grants totaling $3.2 million. The audit showed 10 grant recipients who were awarded more than $500,000 didn't submit sufficient documentation. The audit also found inconsistencies with ventilator distribution and showed that 6 machines are still missing as of January. The head of the state DHS responded, disagreeing that there wasn't enough documentation and that the circumstances were unusual. However, she did say the agency will take corrective steps recommended in the audit. Cleanup continues at a Minnesota nuclear plant. Officials say more than half of a radioactive isotope that leaked from a pipe at the Monticello nuclear generating plant has been recovered. The leak happened back in March, and industry experts say the spill didn't threaten public health, despite a months-long delay in announcing the spill. Xcel Energy owns the plant, and officials from Xcel said the contaminated water remained on site and did not reach the Mississippi River. The National Alliance for Period Supplies says 2 in 5 people struggle to buy period supplies due to low income. Now, as part of National Period Poverty Awareness Week, a La Crosse nonprofit is providing those products to local women in need. The Women's Fund of Greater La Crosse recently held a period product drive where community members donated hundreds of those products, and those are now available at Wayfair and Women's Clothes Closet. Women's Fund members say they want to build a community where every woman and girl has access to those products.
If they're unable to afford it, that can negatively impact school attendance, their ability to work effectively, to be at work when they need to be. So it's a very important issue as a whole in our nation.
The Women's Fund continues to advocate for easy access to menstrual products and encourages the community to donate at future product drives. For more information, just head to news8000.com. After the break, remembering a music icon and rock and roll queen, Tina Turner, dies at the age of 83. We've got a look back at her life after this.
Attention homeowners, we started out with 50, then 30, and now it's the final days looking for 20 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. We want to evaluate our custom bathing solutions in real homes for safety and convenience. Call Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for American-made baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day. And with our price lock guarantee, schedule your free design consultation and we'll lock your price in for 1 year. And it's the final days for 20 homeowners to save with free installation on a new bath or shower. No interest and no payments till 2025. Senior military discounts and a free $50 Walmart gift card with estimate. From La Crosse, Eau Claire, and western Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify. 715-941-1303. 715-941-1303.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Schwabel, Getz & Sieben today.
I looked in my rearview mirror and said, this guy's not stopping, and it sounded like an explosion went off. I had some pretty serious injuries, as did my daughter. Everybody that I came into contact with Schwabel, Getz & Sieben, they were so nice. It wasn't stressful. I felt very calm and at ease.
In every case, we bring an experienced legal team to work on behalf of our clients. Call or visit Schwabel.com.
It's time for amazing Memorial Day savings at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, shop unbeatable deals on everything you need for summer. Like Kingsford Charcoal Briquette Combo Packs, just $16.99. Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed or Lawn Food, $15 off after sale and mail-in rebate. And this 50-foot Woods extension cord, just $14.99. Plus, Blaine's Rewards members get free same-day delivery on all pet supply orders of $49 or more. Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Singer Tina Turner has died at the age of 83. She was known as the Queen of Rock and Roll, famous for her songs and her unmistakable dance moves. Bradley Blackburn has more on her remarkable life.
Tina Turner was loved by millions of fans. Born Anna Mae Bullock in 1939, she grew up in poverty in Nutbush, Tennessee. As a teenager, she started touring with Ike Turner. They married in 1962, recording hit songs like Proud Mary. But the relationship was violently abusive, and they divorced in the 1970s. On CBS Sunday Morning, Turner spoke to Gayle King about being forced to start over.
I felt that I've had enough, just enough. Now it's time to go out the door. I had nothing. I had absolutely nothing. 36 cents, that was all.
She embraced Buddhism and launched a solo career, landing some of the biggest hits of the 80s.
I think the song sort of really fit a lot of liberated girls. I mean, they're feeling like, yeah, that's right, Tina. What does love have to do with it anyway? And I'm going, oh, yeah, that's right. That's what it means. Okay, but... In my case, I'm more of a one that I think love has everything to do with everything.
She became known as the Queen of Rock and Roll. In 1984, she told CBS News that getting rock stations to play her music was a challenge.
I had a real hard time because I'm black. In America, radio programmers don't program you as a black person, rock and roll. You R&B. Because of your color.
Turner became a pop culture icon and the subject of a Broadway musical telling her life story. She was there on opening night in 2019 in front of an adoring crowd.
Thank you all.
Turner spent her final years in retirement in Switzerland. In a statement, her representative said she leaves behind her greatest work, her music.
You're simply the best.
Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Turner is one of the best-selling female artists in music history, selling some 200 million records. A private funeral is being planned. Still ahead, the outlook for gas prices on this big travel weekend, and many planning on camping for Memorial Day. The One La Crosse area campground is still cleaning up from the spring flooding.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl. Traffic flowing nicely on Interstate 90. Look at how green the grass is, but we're going to need some rainfall to keep that grass green and growing. I'll let you know if any's in my 8-day forecast after the break. And a good afternoon, everyone. Well, I told you I'd share my costume. Here it is. Don't try this at home, kids. This is very dangerous. Now, in the meantime, things are going to be quite nice today. If you've been outside, you already know that. We're thanking that ridge of high pressure, oh, right over there. And you can see winds coming up from the southeast because of that. My goodness, it's so nice to have a hand in Iowa and a head in eastern Montana. It's kind of a neat thing. You should try this sometime, folks, especially as we head into Wednesday night and Thursday. There we go.
It was just swift, and they cleaned up pretty good after themselves, so no complaints.
More than 50,000 satisfied customers trust Mad City. A+ rated with the BBB. Replace that old bathtub with a beautiful walk-in shower or a new walk-in tub with relaxing hydrotherapy installed in as little as 1 day. Be sure to check us out online, MadCityBaths.com. We're looking for 20 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. Final days for 20 homeowners to save with free installation. No interest and no payments till 2025. Senior military discounts. Plus, if you call during this program, we have a nice gift for you. A free $50 Walmart gift card with estimate. From La Crosse, Eau Claire, and Western Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify. 715-941-1303. 715-941-1303.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
If you've been waiting for the best time to buy furniture, this is it. The King Furniture Memorial Day Weekend Sale, where everything in our showroom has been reduced. Find sofas, sectionals, bedrooms, recliners, dining, and more. Plus 12 months interest-free financing. These deals only last through Memorial Day weekend, as we will be closed on Memorial Day to remember and honor our nation's heroes. Don't miss the King Furniture Memorial Day Weekend Sale. Going on now.
Hi, have you seen that realtor with all those billboards?
Hold my beer.
What?
Get local, award-winning injury lawyers. Get Nicolay.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
As Memorial Day approaches and prices at the pump continue to increase, you might be thinking about whether you should fly or drive. But experts are saying there might not be that much of a difference. They say local prices tend to go up in early May as stations switch over to a more expensive, cleaner burning summer blend of gasoline mandated by the EPA to lower emissions. However, AAA says this year flying won't save you a ton of money as airfare prices are much higher than before. This year's high floodwaters have affected communities across the Cooley region, including local businesses. News 8 Now's Dua Israr spoke to staff at Goose Island Campground who say they're still not open at full capacity. Dua?
Ken, Park Supervisor Jamie Ruppel says almost all of Goose Island was underwater. The campground is partially open, something Ruppel says is affecting this year's bottom line.
Nothing but blue skies are the mark of a happy camper.
We're here to visit my sister who lives in La Crescent.
At Goose Island, everyone wants to be on a campsite.
We called about a week and a half ago, and there was one spot open.
Mother Nature had different plans.
Flooding was worse than expected. This was all underwater.
By mid-April, the campground is usually up and running.
Wow, it's amazing how much water is here. It's just like night and day compared to last year.
Park Supervisor Jamie Ruppel says this year, Goose Island is 3 weeks behind schedule.
We've had to call just everybody on 25% of our campground to let them know that their sites are unavailable.
Multiple dump trucks come to the site daily to clean up flood debris.
You're looking on the terms of thousands of dollars a day for weeks.
Parts of the campground, including the beach, are partially closed.
A few roads that seem to be blocked off right now, but nothing that would affect us.
Ruppel says staff are working to make the campground fully operational by next month.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Unless Mother Nature gets in the way.
Definitely Labor Day, right? There's always Labor Day.
Ruppel says anyone who is camping at Goose Island should watch out for spots that look dry but aren't. Several cars have gotten stuck in those areas. Ken?
All right, Dua, thanks very much. And there is a wait list for people who are still waiting on a campsite to open. Well, now over to our resident camper, Bill Grawl. Not something I don't think I've ever done in my life, but now that you're moving to Colorado, the scenic outlook is already going to be there, so you're even going to need your camper.
Oh yeah, you can still explore and head out there, but yeah, we pulled that out late April.
That's already made the move.
Into a headwind, strong wind, cost us over $500 gas money because of that. I think I was averaging 6.5 miles to the gallon. Yeah, that was a fun trip. So, all right, let's get to the forecast. We'll start with the allergy report. First of all, medium symptoms across the board both today and tomorrow. Lots of dirt or junk particles on the latest air sample this morning, likely from that smoky haze and particulates in the air from the Canadian wildfires. Average high today compared to average, 2 degrees above with that high of 77. So yeah, it was cooler than the last 3 days, but overall, not too bad. We've seen kind of a mix of hazy sun and clouds through the day, but dry. 77, as I mentioned, was the high, so 2 degrees above average. 93 and 34 are the records, and no rainfall, and we're about 1.5 inches below average now for the month of May. So it's starting to get to that point where we could do some rainfall. 72 degrees with that mix of clouds and hazy sun. Winds a little gusty out of the east-northeast, 15 to 20 miles per hour, and the Mississippi, you've been noticing, rising a little bit. Again, this is from the heavy rain that fell across central Minnesota a couple weeks ago, making its way down the main channel. Should crest again around 10 feet or so. So it's about ready to start falling over the next several days. So some good news there. 67 for you folks in Eau Claire, gusty east wind as well. So a little bit cooler to our north and east as that front sits right about here. Very well defined. 70s and 80s near and south and west of the front. To the north and east of the front, quite a bit cooler. 50s in Marshfield, otherwise 60s from Eau Claire down to Black River Falls, Volkfield, 55 up in Ladysmith. Winds, again, a little breezy from the east, around 5 to 15, gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour. And the front finding just enough moisture, maybe squeeze out an isolated shower or a few sprinkles. Few sprinkles maybe over Clark County, also eastern Rusk County up towards the Hayward area. A lot of this not reaching the ground, so what would be very, very light, but most of us will be dry as that activity continues to kind of pivot south and eastward along that frontal boundary. Otherwise, just some passing clouds overnight. Notice how the wind component remains out of the east. That's going to cool us down a little bit for tonight and tomorrow. But notice the lack of clouds and precipitation as high pressure in full control, and it keeps all the thunderstorm activity well to our west across the northern and central plains. Temperatures tomorrow a touch cooler than today, but not by much. In fact, a fairly pleasant day. Most spots seeing highs between about 70 and 74 degrees. Maybe a few isolated spots in the upper 60s for highs, so a little short of average, but with some sunshine through the day, should be a fairly pleasant day overall. So for tonight, passing clouds, a bit cooler, 49 for the low. Again, maybe some sprinkles far north and east. Becoming mostly sunny tomorrow after the chance of some morning clouds. Pleasant with that high of 73, and then we warm through the holiday weekend, and it's still looking mainly dry right through Memorial Day, and then even those rain chances next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, not real great, 20%, and warm those 3 days as well. Upper 80s, maybe even flirting with 90 degrees in a few spots. But hey, June 1st is a week from tomorrow, so yeah. I guess it's that time of year where we start to see some 90s popping into the forecast.
That's right. All right, Bill, thanks very much. Coming up next in sports, the Brew Crew looking to make it 2 out of 3 over the defending champs. Plus, the work starts now for Green Bay. Packers back at it for OTAs this week. It's a new look offense, and one of the rookies says he's learning a lot from a couple of second-year guys. Rob is in next.
Come explore and plan your next home improvement project at the Board Store Home Improvement's historic 8-building showroom, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse.
Mad City Baths, we are your trusted local source for custom baths, showers, and walk-in tubs. Brighten up your bathroom. Choose Arctic ice walls with hopscotch impressions, or the classic look of Othello with cobblestone impressions. Installed in as little as 1 day, backed by a double lifetime labor warranty. Be sure to lock your price in with our price lock guarantee. And remember, 20 homeowners who need a new bath or shower will save with free installation. But these are the final days. No interest and no payments till 2025. Senior military discounts. Last chance to call during this program for the free $50 Walmart gift card with in-home estimate from Mad City Baths. From La Crosse, Eau Claire, and western Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify. 715-941-1303, 715-941-1303.
And action! Get up to 50% off list prices on hundreds of items at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Incredible deals, like this recliner, free when you purchase the reclining sofa, or these incredible beds, both at our lowest price ever, or this beefy recliner marked way down. How about a Lazy Boy recliner as low as $375, or $499 gets you a Sealy Posturepedic mattress. Plus, we'll throw in a 7-piece bedding bundle free, up to 50% off at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Do not miss this one.
The GMC Sierra with hands-free driving. Yeah, it rocks. Step up to GMC with 0.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on Sierra light-duty models.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today. Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
Just 109 days remain until the Packers make their way to Chicago for Week 1 against the rival Bears, but there's still some work to be done over the next 15 and a half weeks in order for the green and gold to be as ready as they can be for a grueling NFL season. It's obvious the Packers will look a lot different in 2023 with a new leader on the offensive side of the ball and first-year starter Jordan Love. He'll be throwing to a bunch of young receivers too, but rookie wideout Jayden Reed says learning from a couple of guys who were in his shoes last season could be a good thing.
They can kind of relate to everything I'm going through and everything right now. And, you know, I mean, they figure things out quick. They know the playbook like the back of their hand. Those great guys, they show the example, they show the standard. You know, I try my best to follow that standard, and, you know, that's what it's going to take for us to be great.
OTA sessions will be held until June 8th. Mandatory minicamp for the Packers kicks off the following week. Rubber game for the Brewers and Astros in Milwaukee. Top one, crew going right to work. Willy Adames, with the man on, gets all of this one straightaway center. That ball is gone. Adames gets to wear the cheese head after a 2-run shot. And in the 7th, Owen Miller's going to join him, almost the exact same spot. Same result for Miller. This one's a solo shot to put the Brewers up 3. The celebration cheesehead gets passed on. And I think Brian Anderson wants to wear it too. Later in the inning, he blasts this one the other way, deep to right. Make it 4-0 Brewers. They make it 2 out of 3 over the defending champs. 4-0 the final. Back-to-back shutouts for Milwaukee as well. Adrian Hauser, fantastic. 5 1/3, no runs, just 2 hits allowed on the day. Twins looking to avoid being swept at home by the Giants. This is a good start for Minnesota. Edouard Julien, I looked it up, drives it deep to left center. Leadoff solo shot for Julien makes it 1-0 Twins. Giants even things up though in the second. Casey Schmidt lines a base hit in the right. Mike Yastrzemski comes in to score. We're all tied at 1. But in the bottom of the inning, Minnesota is going to jump back in front for good. Matt Wallner scorches this one to right. One hops the wall. Willie Castro comes in to score on the RBI double. Twins avoid the sweep. They get the win, 7-1. Yeah. How does Jordan Love look?
It looks pretty good.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, we make such a big thing about OTAs. Like, we
Yes.
know he can throw the ball. We've seen him do it but they make every single throw. They analyze. I'm looking at reports on going 6 for 16. It's like, it's OTAs.
I know, very basic drills. Throwing a 5-yard out route is like the absolute bare minimum when you get to the NFL.
Right.
But they're going to analyze every single spiral. And it looks good out of his hand.
That's it. 109 days. That's all that matters. Week 1.
Countdown starts now. Rob, thanks very much,
You got
bud. We will be right back after this.
Connect with us on Twitter at News 8 News. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
When Derek Van Orden wanted your vote, he signed the U.S. Term Limits Pledge. But now, Congressman Van Orden is breaking his U.S. Term Limits Pledge. Term Limits Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit hometownchevy.com.
Get 11% off everything at Menards and take care of all your automotive needs. From tools and accessories to maintenance and everything in between. Wiper blades? Copy that. Motor oil? Done. Trust Menards to help out with all your automotive needs. Get superior engine protection with Valvoline High Mileage Motor Oil. It's a synthetic blend to maximize engine life in vehicles over 75,000 miles. Pick up a quart for only $3.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Diapers and politicians must be changed often, and for the same reason. And already something stinks about Derek Van Orden. Now politician Van Orden is breaking his U.S. Term Limits Pledge. Term Limits Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Passing clouds overnight, maybe a few sprinkles far north and east, lows in La Crosse, upper 40s to around 50 degrees. 73 tomorrow, but upper 70s to lower 80s by the weekend. Memorial Day, 86, and even warmer next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with some small chances for rain returning at that time.
Looking really good for the high school playoff schedule for sure.
Absolutely, finally, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thanks for joining us tonight at 6. We hope to see you at 10.